So we're starting with round 2 because there's only 8 people. Top 4 go through to the final round. This is the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 round with 12 questions. Each has 6 clues. Gets progressively easier each clue. If you buzz in on the first clue for 6 points, you get 6 if you get it right. But if you get it wrong, you get -6.
Okay.
And so on. 5 if you get it right, -5, and so on, all the way to 1. And the question never goes dead. So if you buzz in at 1 point, you always get -1 if you get it wrong.
Right.
Okay, question 1 for 6 points. In 2010, 10-year-old Holly Steele broke down in tears while singing this song in the semi-finals of Britain's Got Talent, but was allowed to perform again and qualified for the final following her second performance. For 5 points, the most famous version of this song was sung by Bill Lee in 1965, although it's credited to someone who was miming to it. For 4 points, a version of this song performed by Jeanette Olsen is used as the theme music for the Amazon Prime TV series The Man in the High Castle. For 3 points, the song was originally sung on stage by Theodore Bickel in 1967. That's Steve.
Idiot. If I was a rich man.
Is incorrect.
Stupid.
So sung by Theodore Bickel in 1967. In 1967, Vince Hill reached number 2 in the UK charts. Tony?
Edelweiss.
Edelweiss is correct.
Why did I just wait for a second? For just a millisecond.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gone off again for some more. That's okay.
Put -3 on me then instead of Steve.
Oh, sorry.
Keep it there, that's okay. Pretend you're in front, Steve. Pretend you're in front.
Question number 2. 6 points. This person shares a name with the sister of Alexander the Great and the daughter of Philip II of Macedon, at whose wedding in... John?
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra is correct.
Brilliant.
6 points. You might not want to buzz in again.
Yeah,
that's normally you qualify.
That's normally got to get through 6. So only if you're dead sure, 100%
Went all
sure.
through the Rosetta Stone, through Alexander Helios, the Ptolemaic dynasty.
That's John, everybody, by the way. Keeping a very low profile.
Right, question number 3 for 6 points.
Hold it a minute, Mike. There you go.
Okay, all good to go. 6 points. There is almost no use for any isotope of this element outside its use in scientific experiments to produce higher transuranic elements, such as in 1955, when 10⁹ atoms of this element were irradiated at Berkeley Laboratory to produce 17 atoms of Mendelevium. 5 points. One of its isotopes has a relatively long half-life of 270 days, and availability in significant amounts of several micrograms. It is therefore favoured for production of ultra-heavy elements. The same isotope was used as the calibration marker in the chemical analysis spectrometer of a Severe 5 probe which landed on the Moon in 1967. For 4 points. This element is a soft, silvery, paramagnetic metal, but glows blue in the dark. Its most common isotope is produced artificially from the decay of californium-253, and decays itself into berkelium-249. It is in the actinide group on the periodic table. For 3 points, it was discovered in 1952 in the debris of the first hydrogen bomb test, and that is John.
Einsteinium.
Einsteinium is correct.
Well done. A bit more time to think on these.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Taking the risk when he's already probably qualified.
Number 100?
Qualified now.
99.
99.
Fermium's 100.
Birmingham, yes, that's it is.
Yeah.
Question 4.
Glad you didn't say it then.
Well, yeah, that was clue number 2, atomic number of 99.
I've gone wrong
So
on
that's
it.
one if you want to know that.
Question 4, 6 points. Due to its content, this play lost popularity during the Victorian period, although it was extremely popular when it was first performed in 1593. Its first act is rumoured to have been written by George Peele. For 5 points. During the play, the title character kills Chiron and Demetrius, bakes them into a pie, which he gives to their mother. That is Steve.
Cymbeline.
Is incorrect.
Oh no.
John.
Timing of Athens.
Is incorrect. John. Jamie.
Oh, Jimmy and City.
Titus Andronicus.
That's the
Titus
one.
Andronicus is correct. So Steve is -5.
Baked in a pie and this.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to put it as a later clue, but I guess I should have.
think it was me.
Yeah, I've just given minus 5 to John.
Oh,
I'm giving
sorry.
you, giving you,
I can't
giving
see
you
the
5
minus
points.
over it, sorry.
Right, question number 5 for
You
6
reset.
points. I'll reset.
Don't reset for me, please.
6 points. This name is given to a now lost 1914 silent film directed by D.W. Griffiths, starring Donald Crisp as Frank Andrews, who starts an affair with a neighbour and sees his wife scheme to get him back. It was remade with sound by D.W. Griffiths in 1928. For 5 points, it is the name of Ludacris's 7th studio album, which went to number 1 in the US Billboard charts in 2010 and features the singles My Chick Bad, Sex Room and How Low. For 4 points, in game theory, this name is given to a coordination game that involves a couple forgetting whether they've agreed to attend the opera or a game of football, and the fact they can't remember being common knowledge. The wife wants to go to the former and the husband the latter, but they both want to go to the same place. For 3 points, this name was given to a 2003 tag team wrestling match between where Chris Jericho and Christian beat Lita and Trish Stratus. For 2 points, it is the name of a radio show and a board game which sees teams of women playing against teams of men. For 1 point, it is the name of a 2017 biopic starring Steve Carell and Emma Stone about a 1973... Daniel?
Battle of the Sexes.
Battle of the Sexes is correct.
Yeah.
Right, question 6. 6 points. This person graduated with a 2-1 in modern history from St John's College, Cambridge in 1961. His 2009 memoir of his youth is called The Road Back Home, while his 1973 novel Bedroom Bella, about a rock groupie, was banned by W.H. Smith and John Menzies. For 5 points, he devised the children's adventure TV series The Flaxton Boys and wrote the children's cricket series Sloggers. For 4 points, he is credited with coming up with the term golden break in 9-ball pool, and between 1999 and 2003 commentated on the Moscone Cup, the 9-ball pool equivalent of the Ryder Cup. He was also the commentator for the 2004 game show House of Games. For 3 points, he was the producer of the classic 1970s TV series The Indoor League and wrote the 1980s children's football drama Jossie's Giants. For 2 points, in 1999 he got the job as the voice of the Balls for the National Lottery, but was sacked after one show for being too Geordie. Some of his famous quotes include William... Tony?
Sigwardale.
Sigwardale is correct.
I thought it was on Jossie's Giants, but how many was that for?
2 points.
2.
Magnificent. You can put that
I
down.
think I
can't
pretty
you?
much know, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even get to... There's only one word for that. Magic darts. 7 points. Question 7 for 6
Go on
points. Yeah, double jeopardy, 7 points. So, 6 points. This person was a member of the band Dukes and Aces, who unsuccessfully tried to represent the UK in the 1980 Eurovision Song Contest. He also played a manservant to Michael Gambon's title character in the 1985 BBC drama Oscar. For 5 points, he has been a member of the Paris-based dance company Le Grand Eugene and later joined the Lindsay Kemp Company. For 4 points, he collaborated on a number of Bananarama music videos and appears in the video for their song I Heard a Rumour. He also appears as a dancer in the video for the Elton John song I'm Still Standing. For 3 points, he worked as a choreographer of the TV show...
Go for it.
Late
Bruno Tonioli.
Bruno Tonioli is correct. 3 points. So at the end of question 7, we currently have in qualifying positions Tony and Jamie on 5, John on 4, and Lee on 3. And not qualifying at the moment, Daniel on 1, Norman and Simon on 0, and Steve on -8.
What's John on 5?
John is on 4. Didn't take your advice to not gamble.
I know you were home and dry there. There's no way you weren't going through.
Question 8. Yeah, reset needed. Question 8 for 6 points. This is the 12th largest island in the world, and in the 19th century it also had the name New Munster. For 5 points. In the 1400s, the species the Steve.
Ireland.
Island is incorrect.
Oh, well. Got a pint, Danny.
This is for 5 points. In the 1400s, the species the Hast eagle, the largest known ever eagle, to ever have existed lived on this island, but it became extinct when the animals they lived on were hunted to extinction by early human settlers. For 4 points, the 1974 Commonwealth Games took place on this island, and it is home to the...
South Island, New Zealand.
South Island, New Zealand is correct.
Christchurch, yeah. I knew it was there, but...
Waiting for another clue.
Question number 9, 6 points. Falun in Sweden and Cortina d'Ampezzo were the 2 losing bidders for this event. For 5 points. The events saw the debuts of Fiji, Guam, Guatemala, the Netherlands, Antilles and the Virgin Islands in this type of competition. 4 points. The host nation of this event failed to win any gold medals, the first time this had ever happened in this type of event. For 3 points. 2022 will see this event lose its record for having the most populated host of this event.
The Montreal Olympics.
Is incorrect for minus 3. Yeah, minus 3. So 2022 will see this event lose its record for having being the most populated host of this event. The Battle of the Bryans was featured at this sporting event. Matti Nuukkonen won 3 gold medals at it, but his achievements were largely overlooked as people focused on who came last in his discipline. Simon?
It's the Sochi Winter Olympics.
Is incorrect for minus 3.
Oh, I know it is now, yeah.
Who is next? Steve?
Ski jump.
Ski jump is incorrect.
Oh.
No,
Jamie?
Ski jump.
Ski jump is incorrect. It fits in with Matty Nuukkonen, doesn't fit with the rest of it though. Alberto Tomba also won 2 gold medals. For 2 points, short track speed skating was held as a demonstration sport at this event, where the British skater Wilf O'Reilly won 2 gold medals. The event was held in the home city of the wrestler the Bret Hitman Hart, and the city is also known for holding an event called the Stampede. For 1 point, it's Norman.
Calgary.
Oh, sorry, John.
Eddie.
Sorry, John.
Calgary.
Calgary, yeah. Calgary Olympics.
Eddie the Eagle was the bit talking about coming last.
Yeah.
1 point for
Yeah,
2 points for
perfect
John.
question, perfect question.
Sorry.
Straight away I was thinking of a Winter Olympics, which one was it? And then
Well, as soon as you said
I
the
kind
last,
of diverted
focus
from it.
Focus on the person who came
Yeah,
last. They obviously talked about Eddie the
Beijing will
Eagle.
break its record for being the most populated Winter Olympics host.
Yeah, I was going on the countries for that. That's right, for Sochi.
Sochi's quite small, I think.
Yeah, I know, but Russia's a big population.
Yes, yeah. Question 10 for 6 points.
How many questions are there, Mike?
It's 12 in total, so it's 3 to go.
You're good.
So at the moment, the qualifiers are Jamie on 2, John on 6, Lee on 7, and Tony on 5. Norman 0, Daniel's minus 2, Simon is minus 3, and Steve's
Okay.
minus 16.
Okay.
Question 10, 6 points. This character is based on Rod Ansell, who died in a police shootout in 1999 at the age of 44 in the town of Acacia Hills. Jamie?
That wasn't me.
Was that
It was.
a mulligan?
Mulligan.
Yeah.
Mulligan.
I don't know where that happened at all.
So based on Rod Ansell, who died in a police shootout in 1999 at the age of 44 in the town of Acacia Hills. 5 points. He was born in a cave and doesn't know his date of birth. If asked when he was born, he always replies, in the summertime. For 4 points. He struggles to identify if people are transsexual or not, and in an action which would be considered totally unacceptable today, has to make sure by feeling their genitalia. He owns a gold mine, which he refers to as retirement fund, and an area of land. It's Jamie?
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee is correct. Yep.
Put that camera over there, will you?
Question 11 for 6 points. What surname is shared by Jason, the founder and president of the World Juggling Federation? For 5 points, Brian, the novelist and screenwriter who wrote the book Death Wish, which the Charles Bronson film series is based on. For 4 points, Richard, the creator of the game Magic the Gathering. For 3 points, the real surname of the artist and musician Henry Rollins. For 2 points, James, the 20th president of the USA, who in 1881 became the second president to be assassinated. So who we got? Simon.
Garfield.
Garfield is correct for 2 points.
Can you run the scores down then, Michael?
Yeah, one question to go. So qualifying at the moment, Jamie on 6, John on 6, Lee on 7, Tony on 5, and Norman's on 0, so he needs a 6-pointer to get in.
It's a done deal.
If Daniel on -2, Simon on -1, so you need a 6-pointer to tie with Tony. And Steve, it needs everyone to know.
I'm out of it. Several times.
So question 12, last one.
I can't
Roll
no
me
way.
6 points. This venue was going to be used as a location for the 1944 Stuart Granger film Love Story, but bad weather forced the production company to use a studio mock-up instead. The sister of the brainchild of this venue is the feminist dystopian novelist Catherine Burdekin. 5 points. Its name comes from a local language meaning stony or rocky place, and it is located in a village called Porthcurno. Nice. Simon.
It's the Coverack Theatre.
The what theatre?
Coverack Theatre.
It's incorrect.
Minack
Jenny? The
Theatre.
Minack Theatre is correct.
That's it.
Done. Right, so it's first to 24 points, 2 points for a correct answer. An incorrect interruption will cost you a life. If you lose all 3 lives, you are out. There's a loose connection between questions which may give you a clue, but sometimes it might just be a common word, so it might not help you at all. And the last answer in the last quiz was 12. So we're all good to go? Question 1. In 2012, so it's not going to help you though, 2012, King Tupu V, the king of this country, died and was... John?
Tonga.
It's Tonga, yep.
Holy crap.
I didn't even get the Haku and the Barbarian. Number 2. In 2014, Bruno Banani became the first person from Tonga to compete in the Winter Olympics when he took part in this sport, managing to come 32nd out of the 39 participants. Felix Locke won the gold medal in the men's event at the 2010 and 2014 Olympics, and George Hackle was a 3-time winner in the 1990s. And of...
Nothing came up.
What
Did
did you
you
press?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luge.
The luge, yeah. So you might need to come out and go back in.
Right.
Number 3. G-Force were a cheerleading group associated with which TV show, which ran from 1992 to 2000 on ITV and was revived on Sky 1 between 2008 and 2009.
John?
Gladiators.
Gladiators, correct. Yep. First broadcast on ITV2 in 2017, it features former gladiator Tornado, aka David McIntosh, as a doctor or trainer. What is the name of this?
Tony?
Spartacus.
Is incorrect,
Yes,
minus
exactly.
1 life away. What is the name of this reality TV show which sees couples go to Italy with the men training to be gladiators to win £10,000 prize and their girlfriends helping them prepare?
I think, anyway.
Nobody? No. Audience?
Is it Bromans?
Bromans, yeah. Well done.
I think that's the case where they thought of the title before they thought of the kind of concept of the
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
R.I.P.D.
Right, number 5. Played by John Ireland in the 1960 film Spartacus and Manu Bennett in the TV series Spartacus and Blood and Sand, what is the name of the escaped gladiator from Gaul who was the second in command in Spartacus' slave army?
Crixus.
Crixus, yeah. Who was the chief of the village in Gaul, which according to the writings of René Cosgini, was the only part of Gaul which wasn't conquered by the Romans?
Do you get
Not late question over.
Get a fix.
No, he was a druid. No, nobody. Any audience?
Birkengetter?
No,
I was going for that.
He was a real person.
no.
Oh,
He was vital statistics.
Vital statistics.
Can I just ask, mate, do you lose it?
One time.
If a question's over, you don't.
So once you finish the question,
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
have a
go,
go with
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, right, didn't realise that.
Thank
Yeah, okay, good.
Question 7. In beauty contests, when a host is listing a competitor's vital statistics, they are referring to the circumferences around which 3 parts of the body?
John first.
Bust, waist and hips.
Is correct. Yeah.
Happy days.
This person was beatified by the Catholic Church. but its canonisation by anti-Pope Pascal III, which he is thought to have done to curry favour with the Emperor Frederick Barbarossa, has been ruled invalid and he is not considered a saint. A 2010 episode of QI discussed that all modern Europeans are highly likely to share this person as a common ancestor. A bust made of gold of this person can be found in Aachen Cathedral. Victoria...
Jamie?
Charlemagne, yep.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Where's the article?
Tormund Giantsbane in Game of Thrones, the footballer Alexi Lalas, the politicians Robin Cook and King Henry VIII could all, just like Holy Roman Emperor Frederick I, have been...
John?
Red hair.
No, can I give you that?
Lee?
One life.
Red beard.
A red beard.
That's right, a life off John.
Can't chance it while I must have known.
Yeah, one life away from John.
Yeah, sorry.
Question 10.
It's a good quiz, this.
The oldest surviving copy of this French folktale is by Charles Perrault, and sees an old, ugly-looking nobleman.
Tony?
Beauty and the Beast.
Is incorrect. One away.
Charles Perrault.
Who has married a number of beautiful young women, all of whom have mysteriously disappeared.
Oh,
John Just.
Bluebeard.
Bluebeard, yeah.
Look at that. Poinsy, less than
What was it?
right, I can't press it all now. Questions finished.
Oh God, Tony.
And this, well, this out. No.
You've been down this road before.
Yeah, very early on, when you're on 2 points. Played by Michael Quissy in the 1989 original and Dave Bautista in the 2016 remake, Mutai expert and crime lord Tong Po is the main villain in which series of action films? In the original, Kurt Sloan, played by Jean-Claude Van Damme, goes to Thailand to get revenge on Tong Po for crippling his brother Eric in a Muay Thai match. Nobody? Oh, kickboxer. In 1727, Sir Hans Sloane took over from Sir Isaac Newton as the president of which influential British scientific institution?
Jamie?
The Royal Society.
The Royal Society, yep. William Thompson was the president of the Royal Society between 1890 and 1899.
Tony?
Lord Kelvin.
Lord Kelvin.
He's still my beating heart.
Now disgraced former newspaper editor Kelvin Mackenzie was in 1982 responsible for which one-word controversial Sun newspaper headline?
Tony?
Gotcha.
Gotcha, yep. When Noel Edmond was trying to trick this person as part of his Gotcha Oscar sections on his weekly house party show, she instantly realised what was going on and pretended that she had to leave to help someone who she'd just spotted requiring help. She never came back to the setup and just went shopping instead. The current president of the Institution of Engineering Designers she was in 2017 recognised by Computer Weekly as Britain's fourth most influential woman in IT. In 1981 she was part of a group which had a number 15 hit with I Wanna Be a Winner. Who is this person who is best remembered for being...
Tony?
Maggie Philbin.
Maggie Philbin, yeah.
Watching the joint lead?
Tony likes to keep you on the edge.
I've got my news, have I? So we'll mount them out. There's another month.
Taking their name from the French for wild beasts.
Wow. John?
Forvis.
Every time. Yeah.
Look at that one, everybody.
How much faster
12.2.
was he then?
How much between them, Danny?
12.22, 12.23, 12.23, 12.23.
Ouch!
Kevin Strahl, better known as LA Beast, Crazy Legs Conti, Takaru Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut are all professionals.
Lee?
Pound Globetrotters.
No. One life away.
Tony as well.
Eaters.
Competitive eating, yeah.
Good one.
You haven't finished that yet.
No, I didn't finish all. One way for Lee. This is question 18. In the 1984 European Cup final, to distract Roma players in the penalty shootout at the end of the game,
Lee?
Bruce Grobbelaar.
Bruce Grobbelaar, he had crazy legs, yeah. Bruce Grobbelaar played international football for 2 different teams. Name both these countries.
Bollocks.
Lee.
Oh dear. Zimbabwe.
Is it finished?
No, not yet, no.
Zimbabwe and South Africa.
Incorrect.
Nobody else is in. Oh, John's come in.
Zimbabwe and Southern Rhodesia.
Yeah, we'll have it's Rhodesia, but yeah, we'll have that. Prior to becoming President of the USA, this person served as the USA's ambassador to the UK, and prior to that served as America's 17th Secretary of State. A member of the Democratic Party, he served as a private in the War of 1812, and is thought to be one of the worst American ever. One of the worst. Sorry, I've lost myself here.
Jamie.
Buchanan, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I've got myself tongue-tied
Good.
there, so well done.
Punt. So 1712 is quite early as well, isn't it? Regarding
it was the one before.
Buchanan, like it was in the 50s,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that was the last clue.
Lincoln.
Yeah,
Famously
the last
bad.
clue was the one for
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, got myself tongue-tied
Famously
there.
unmarried.
Yeah, that was another clue. He was the only one who's unmarried.
Before,
The Scottish boxer Ken Buchanan lost his world lightweight title in controversial fashion in 1972 to this man, when it was disputed whether the final punch was a low blow or not. This fighter would later lose his world welterweight title when he said no mass. Who was this fighter?
Tony.
Roberto Duran.
Duran, yeah.
John
Panama's
Reed
most well-known sports star.
Sugar Lee Leonard.
If you are travelling from the Caribbean...
Whoa,
sorry.
Yeah.
That please.
If you are travelling from the Caribbean Sea to the Pacific Ocean via the Panama Canal, in which of the 8 cardinal or ordinal compass directions would you be travelling?
Lee.
South.
Nope.
Jamie.
Oh, good.
East.
Nope.
Tony.
Southeast.
Southeast, yeah.
Yeah.
Go that way.
You finished
Goes
that one.
backwards, doesn't it?
Yeah, I knew it went back.
Beautiful question.
No lives away. No
The
lives
ocean lies at the
No
left,
lives away.
That was never going to press before.
the rest of the Panama Canal.
Who is the current Archbishop of Westminster, who in 2014 was appointed a cardinal in the Roman Catholic Church by Pope Francis?
John.
Vincent.
Nope.
Tony.
Vincent Nichols.
Vincent Nichols.
Thank
Yeah.
you, John.
I knew there was a Vincent there. Is it his first name or his last name?
Jogged his memory there.
So currently, Tony's on 16 but only has 1 life left. John is on 12 with 2 lives left. Lee's on 6 with 1 life left, and Jamie is on 6 with 3 lives remaining. Roman Bellic is the cousin of the main character in the 4th of which series of computer games? He has the annoying habit of ringing you on your mobile phone just as you are about to start the mission to see if you want to go bowling. A little bit more. No,
That's
question over here.
That's Sonic the Hedgehog.
No,
John.
Super Mario.
no,
Jamie.
Zelda.
no,
No, I'm not in
no. I had a bit more I could have done, but yeah, I've done quite a pause there, so yeah, nothing away. That's
What was the answer?
Grand Theft Auto.
My fault, no.
Because I had a little bit about gangsters, so I might have put you on the right track. But right. If you want to download a mobile app on an Android phone, what is the name of the online store which you need to access to start the download?
Lee.
Google Play.
Google Play, yep.
Means nothing to me.
There you go.
Disenfranchising iPhone users.
Next question.
Complaining about modern questions.
Magical fruits with sherbet inside them called Google buns appear in this 1943 children's novel. Featuring the characters Joe, Beth, Fanny and Dick, who in their adventures meet Silky, Moonface and Saucepan Man. What is this book by Enid Blyton that sees the main characters use the title piece of flora to visit such places as the land of do as you please, the land of toys and the land of presents?
Tony.
The Magic Rose.
Incorrect. Nothing away.
Jamie.
A magic daffodil.
Incorrect.
John.
The Magic Daisy.
No.
No, I'm not going to.
No. Audience? Nobody?
No idea. What's
The Magic Faraway Tree.
oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Now you say it.
That was going to be my first guess, the Magic Flower Tree, but it said flora, and that put me off.
Yeah,
It's not
it's flora.
It's flora as opposed
Well, I
to
thought it was a
fauna.
piece of flora, like a flower. It said this piece of flora.
Loose
God's
terminology.
Flora, not fauna, yeah.
In 2000, who won the Booker Prize for their novel The Blind Assassin?
John.
Oh, I missed it.
Atwood.
Margaret Atwood, yeah.
I think I missed it. I didn't go off right. Come on, sorry, back again.
Tony's on 14,
Yeah,
Tony's on
29.
16. Executed by guillotine at the age of 24 on the 17th of July 1793, the aftermath of her most famous action is depicted in a painting.
Tony.
Cordier.
Corday, Charlotte Corday, yeah.
Charlotte Cordier.
The assassin of John Paul
Well,
Morant.
that's easy, but again, it wasn't coming.
Found in the county of Wiltshire, what is the name of the Elizabethan prodigy house, which was the seat of the Marquis of Bath?
Lee.
Oh God. It's,
Nothing away, question over.
oh no. Yeah.
John.
Longleat.
Longleat, yeah.
The Lions of Longleat have seen me.
Need another reset.
Yes, hard.
Go, you alright? You in, Lee? You sorted, yeah. What is the only football team who played in the Premier League who play their home games in Wiltshire?
Tony.
Swindon.
Swindon Town, yeah.
2 questions away.
Only one life.
One life, no.
The first series of which television comedy has as its backdrop an upcoming announcement that either a company's branch in Swindon,
Jamie.
The Office.
The Office, yeah. What name is given to an American president's period of office from November when the presidential election takes place?
John.
Lame duck.
The lame duck presidency, yeah. In 2009, former US President Dwight D. Eisenhower and in 2011 George W. Bush were inducted into the World Hall of Fame of which sport?
Tony.
Baseball.
Incorrect, nothing away.
Jamie.
American football.
Nope,
Lee.
Basketball.
nope,
Go on then.
Lacrosse.
nope. Audience? Nope.
Golf.
Golf, yeah.
Oh, Eisenhower was a finished goal.
Yeah.
Really,
But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
every and all
trophy.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah.
In 1979, which person who had died in 1876 was amongst the first group of people to be inducted into the International Poker Hall of Fame? He had been murdered whilst playing poker.
Tony.
What did they call?
Wild Bill Hickok, yep.
1 away.
One away. In which town in South Dakota was Wild Bill Hickok murdered by Jack McCall?
Jamie.
Deadwood.
Deadwood, yep. The actor who played Wild Bill Hickok.
Oh.
Jamie again.
Ian McShane.
No.
Oh,
That's what I was
Lee as,
lucky.
Lee as well.
That was yeah. I was going to say
Yeah,
that
Al,
as well.
Al Schweigen or something he
That's
played.
Lee
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. that was-
Lee's
I
gone.
know what
Yeah.
I'm going to go for now, but...
The actor who played Wild Bill Hickok in the TV series Deadwood is the brother of this person, who died in a bizarre accident in 2009. He is the father of Barbara Hershey's only child. He caused controversy in the 1970s when, despite being white, he was cast as an Asian character. Who was this actor?
Tony for the
David
win.
Carradine.
David
Yep,
Carradine is
that's the
correct.
one.
Well done.
Well played.